Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Thursday, July 24th, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. All right. This week on Fade to Black, Monday night, we had Michael Cremo with us. Forbidden Archaeology. Tuesday night, Sir Blake Sinclair was here talking about UFOs. Yeah, man, it was an amazing conversation. Last night, Seb Tak was here. POTUS and UFO disclosure, a great open conversation. Tonight, Paul Ramash joins us. We're going to talk about law enforcement, the police, and the paranormal. All right, I have one major event coming up, and it is next week. That's right, August 1st through the 3rd, 2025 in Charlottesville, Virginia. It is the PSI Games, the Psychic Olympics. It's sold out, but if you've got tickets, click on the website and check out the schedule. All of that is there. And of course, if you haven't gotten accommodations yet, you can check out the local area right there in Charlottesville. I believe the Omni, where the event is being held, is sold out. So I'll see you next week. The Psychic Olympics. All right, let's get to it. On this day in history, 1969, Apollo 11. After taking the first astronauts to the surface of the moon, safely splashes down in the Pacific Ocean, allegedly. On this day in 1969. Here's your fader fact. In Sweden, Cool Ranch Doritos are called Cool American Doritos because they don't know what ranch dressing is. And that's a fact. It's vetted seriously. All right, let's get to the breaking news. Crazy news day. Astronomers have calculated that the universe will die in 33 billion years. They also predict that the beginning of the end will be in about 10 billion years, less than the present age of the universe. The cosmos will then spend another 10 billion years collapsing, with the universe reaching its final singularity state after a total lifetime of just over 33 billion years. The paper was written by researchers in Spain, the United States, and Hong Kong, and prepared for submission to JCAP. Huge news today. Check this out. Transgender All right, we are trying again. Yeah, my internet went down. Okay, let's do it. This is Fade to Black breaking news for Thursday, July 21st, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Yeah, internet just went down, came back. I guess the stream is still running. We're just going to do this thing. This week on Fade to Black, Monday night, Michael Cremo was with us for Forbidden Archaeology. Tuesday night, Sir Blake Sinclair was here. We talked about UFOs and channeling. Last night, Sev Tok stepped in, POTUS, UFO disclosure, and an open conversation. Great talk last night. Tonight, Paul Ramash is with us. We're going to be talking about law enforcement, the police, and the paranormal. I do want to remind everybody, coming up at 2:30, if I have the internet, coming up at 2:30, I will be on with Christina Gomez for Mysteries with the History. That's 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. I have one major event coming up. It is next week, the PSI Games, the Psychic Olympics, August 1st through the 3rd, 2025 in Charlottesville, Virginia. The event is sold out. If you've got tickets, I will see you there. All right, let's get to it. On this day in history, 1969, Apollo 11, after taking the first astronauts to the surface of the moon, safely splashes down in the Pacific Ocean. Here is your fader fact. It's vetted. In Sweden, Cool Ranch Doritos are called Cool American Doritos because they don't know what ranch dressing is. Seriously, they don't. Breaking news. Astronomers have calculated that the universe will die in 33 billion years. They also predict that the beginning of the end will be in about 10 billion years, less than the present age of the universe. The cosmos will then spend another 10 billion years collapsing, with the universe reaching its final singularity state after a total lifetime of just over 33 billion years. The paper was written by researchers in Spain, the United States, and Hong Kong, and prepared for submission to JCAP. Huge news today, just announced. Transgender women will no longer be eligible to compete for the United States in the Olympic or Paralympic Games in women's categories after a recent policy change from the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee, otherwise known as USOPC. The USOPC policy doesn't outline how the ban will work and if the same ruling applies to men's sports. Transgender women, non-binary athletes, transgender men, and intersex athletes will only compete in men's competitions. Yeah. Students have built a hybrid drone that can seamlessly transition from flying in the air to swimming in water. The students developed a working prototype of the hybrid drone for a bachelor's thesis at Aalborg University in Denmark and recently shared a video of the drone in action. Now, rumor has it that they got the idea after watching UFO videos on YouTube. Contender. A massive great white shark, the largest ever tagged in the Atlantic Ocean by a marine research group, is continuing his journey northward and was recently tracked several dozen miles off Nantucket, Massachusetts. Since being tagged in January near the Florida-Georgia line, he headed south to Vero Beach, Florida, and then turned around to begin his 1,000-mile trek northward to the motherland, the location of the film Jaws. Now, I'm not making this up. And also, nobody's going in the water. You should see the pictures. Again, I'm not making this up. I'll keep you posted. 78,000-year-old footprints from Neanderthal man, child, and toddler have been discovered on a Monte Clarigo beach in Portugal. Based on the size and shape of the Monte Clarigo prints, an adult Neanderthal male walked up and down the dune, accompanied by a child between 7 and 9 years old and a toddler under 2 years old. Only 6 sets of Neanderthal footprints have ever been discovered. This brings the total to 9. And that is absolutely incredible. All right. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this. An experimental, hormone-free, wait for it, male birth control pill has just passed its first safety test in humans. Stay with me. The trial included 16 men and was only intended to test whether the drug reached adequate levels in the body, as well as whether it triggered any serious side effects, such as, of course, concerning changes in heart rate, hormone function, inflammation, mood, or, the most important part, of course, sexual function. For now, no significant side effects were observed. The pill, it's called YCT 529, pauses sperm production and will have to be taken once a day. That's right. One day in the near future, a woman will find a bottle in a drawer and speak these words. Are you on the pill? Seriously. There you go. Fade to Black breaking news. That's all the news that you need for this Thursday, July 27th, 2025. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. Tonight on Fade to Black, Paul Ramash joins us. It's law enforcement, the police, and the paranormal. Coming up in about an hour and 15 minutes, I will be on with Christina Gomez for Mysteries with a History at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll see you then. But for now, all I've got is no internet and go Beckley Tappy.